Hello everyone, Buck Small Engine DIY on YouTube. Looking at a pressure washer. It was brought to me, it's mounted to this cart, and it doesn't start or run. Featuring a Honda engine, and I was told that they put a new rope starter on it, new recoil starter, new spark plug, new aftermarket carburetor, but it still doesn't start. I want to start by just pulling on the rope starter and trying to get a feel if it feels normal, just to see if it feels like it's got the right compression. Yeah, I can feel the resistance there, you know, as you pull. So that's good. I think next what I want to do is see if it's got spark. They changed out the spark plug. Doesn't mean it's good, but we'll try to see if it flashes in there. I need to turn the switch to run off to on. I don't know if you'll be able to see the might be a little too bright out here. I'll try to see if we can see it flash inside that spark tester when we pull on it. I actually can't see it flashing. I do not see that spark tester flashing. Let me try a different spark tester. Alright, try that again. See if this one flashes brighter. I don't see any spark. Not in either of my testers, so that's where we need to start, I guess. Let's check for oil. These machines all have a low oil shutdown, which will keep the magneto grounded if you don't have enough oil in there. This machine's on a slight angle, but because my driveway, but it still should be. We should still be able to see oil in there. Man, I need a flashlight. I don't really see it on the stick. It's hard to see, but I think I do see some oil in there. Alright, I'm going to check it from the... see if I can access the fill plug on the other side, if there is one. Yeah, there is. I'd like to check that one too. Yeah, so we're on a bit of an angle here, and when I opened up that drain, oil drain, fill plug, whatever you want to call it, there was oil coming out, so we do have oil in there. It might be a little low. I think what I want to do is I want to disconnect that low oil shutdown, so it comes right out of the side of the engine there, and it'll ground out the magneto. So I'm going to just disconnect that wire right there and see if we get spark with the low oil shutdown disconnected. Alright, low oil shutdown disconnected. Let's try our spark test again here with the tester. I still don't see it flashing at all, do you? Alright, it just completely disconnected that kill mechanism, the on-off switch wires, and Still no spark. Well, it's not what I expected, but this machine has no spark. I was making a guess that I was going to have like contaminated fuel or water in the fuel tank or something, but we're not getting spark. It's not the spark plug, because you know our tester between the spark plug wire and the spark plug, it doesn't show up on either of my two testers. I tried some starting fluid straight through the carburetor, but there's no spark to ignite it. So we got to figure out why, and it may just be a bad ignition coil. And I'm going to take off this engine cover to access that. Yeah, I'll remove the carburetor. And then some bolts across the front and down the bottom, and it should be pretty easy to get to the flywheel and the adjacent ignition coil. So let's get moving on that. All right, 5 screws, and the engine shroud comes off right down there, and don't see anything amiss really. These are wires that feed through from the see this? These are the wires that feed through from the shutdown and from the low oil shutdown and our on-off switch. So I want to take that tab off and just check the wiring for continuity. But if that's all good, then probably just going to have to declare that ignition coil to be bad and get a replacement. Alright, my friends, I've tested our wiring from the plug here that goes on top of the ignition coil with all of the where they come out here at our kill switch and low oil shutdown. The wiring is fine. Our kill switch is not correct though. It does not have continuity in either position, on or off. So that switch is bad. That would not stop it from starting. That would stop it from shutting off, because at no point does it make continuity to ground back to the ignition coil to kill it. So I'm going to replace that. But that's not why it won't start. That would keep it from shutting down. You'd have to shut down in some other way, turn off the fuel or whatever. But so I think we need to make a call on the ignition coil, replace that and that kill switch to get this thing back up and running. Well, alright, so our parts have arrived. First of all, I got a new kill switch, on and off, and this one's working correctly. I used a continuity meter to test it. So basically in the off position, we should have continuity between the two wires, because we got continuity from ground back to the magneto to turn it off. It's really just a kill switch. It's not an on-off switch. But the on position, we should not have continuity because we don't want the coil getting grounded out. Shut it off. Okay, so that tests out fine. 2 screws, slides in here, and that part's done. So let me do that real quick. All right, we got our new ignition coil. I checked with the customer, and he's fine with aftermarket. After all, he has an aftermarket carburetor, an aftermarket recoil starter, so he's fine with that. So that's that. It came with a spark plug, which I don't intend using, and it came with a feeler gauge. Air gap is 0.4. I don't know, is that millimeters? 0.4 millimeters. That's about the width of a business card, which came with their instructions, so I could use that. And so let's go ahead and mount this thing. Alright, so it's like this. Figured it out just by looking at the old one. I'm listening to the Fifth Dimension Greatest Hits. Can you hear it? Could be a problem. YouTube doesn't like me playing it. Might not be loud enough for them to pick it up, but you never know. All right, we're going to put this in place, and then we'll gap it as we tighten it down. It's not terribly difficult. It's a little awkward here because I can only access it from this side since this thing's mounted to a trailer. You know what I'm saying? So it's on there loosely. Then we got to get our fuel gauge between the unit and the magnet. And again, that's not usually hard, but it's just a little awkward today because of how we're set up. So there's our magnet, and it pulls the ignition coil to itself. So I'm going to pull back and then slide in my business card, which I cut in half, and I'm going to slide it under both sides. Alright, so now that is pulled towards the flywheel at the magnet, and we can tighten this down with 10 millimeter. Can you see anything that I'm doing? That's that. Snug it down without going crazy. And we can pull out the spacers. We should spin the flywheel to make sure it does not interfere with it in any way. Okay, that seems really good. Our kill wire plugs in right here. And our spark plug comes around over to here. Clips down in there and goes onto there. Alright, that's it. We can put the cover back on, and then we'll test and see if we've got spark. Well, I got everything put back together, so here goes nothing. Which way's choke? Fuel on, choke. know about that. Looks like we're back up and running. All right, that wraps it up for today's project. I want to thank you for watching. Comments and questions, I always appreciate in the discussion below. So if you want to talk to me, love to hear from you. Remember, only you can put the do into do it yourself. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Ruptured my hose.